Just now live via Skype from Beirut. Good to have you with us, Patrick. As we reported a few moments ago, Lebanon's long-term central bank governor and several other senior figures have been charged with negligence and misuse of power. Given all that we've just said, is that significant?
Oh, big time, because today, with the loss of confidence in the monetary authority and in the political class in general, people systematically lost their confidence in their Lebanese pound. And this loss in confidence have translated into a massive devaluation of the pound, as you just mentioned. The Lebanese pound went from 1,500 Lebanese pound to the dollar to 9,000 Lebanese pound to the dollar, meaning that a Lebanese person who used to make the equivalent of $1,000 per month, now for the same Lebanese pound denominated salary, he is making only $160. So he lost 84% of his income, although he's still getting the same amount in Lebanese pound, right? So people, because of this increase in dollar, people systematically went below poverty line. They were okay, they were making money, and now with the same amount of money, they cannot buy anything. And that's the real reason why people are today in poverty in Lebanon. Now you add to that the economic recession, of course, and it accounts for like 20 to 25% of the loss in income. But the major reason behind the loss in income is actually the devaluation of the Lebanese pound, right? And that's the real problem today. And it seems that politicians are totally disconnected from that. They are fighting over who would control this ministry or who will hold that office. And even when they suggest reform, it seems that they don't see that the Lebanese pound is getting worse, right? Is losing in value. They are centered on other things like electricity, which are important to be dealt with. But today the priority is to stop the devaluation of the currency. And people are frustrated because they are getting poorer and poorer, and they don't see any reaction from the authority.
You say, Patrick, people are getting poorer and poorer. Economists say that things are likely to get much worse before they get better. But I mean, how can they get any worse than they are at the moment?
Oh, they can get much worse indeed, and we are not sure if that they would get better after a certain horizon of time, because simply today, although Lebanon is facing a massive crisis, a massive meltdown, we are faced by a total immobility of the people in power, in charge, right? No single reform have been implemented since the beginning of the crisis, which is more than a year ago. We have done nothing. The government continue to spend a lot of money, and this money, they don't have enough income to finance those spending, so they are simply printing money to finance those spending, right? The Lebanese government and the Lebanese authority have been monetizing their debt, their deficit, and this is the reason behind the meltdown of the purchasing power of the Lebanese population, and this is the real reason behind poverty. And as long as government continues to spend relentlessly and the central bank continues to finance those spending, well, you don't have any bottom, right? The dollar can go up to astronomical levels as long as you don't do the correct reform to basically stop this way of this behavior.
Patrick, really good to talk to you. Many thanks indeed. Patrick Mardini there, president of the Lebanese Institute for Market Studies.